Hi everyone. All right, so today we're going to work on these woven tags. Now this was not my idea. It came from our wonderful friend, Miss Gail. And I'm just inking around this because I hadn't and I like it inked. So what you need for this, you need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You know, it's not going to show, so you can use one that you don't particularly like. But if you're worried it might show through, see I don't have any spaces here, so you won't see any. So I'm going to just do it on the other side of this. So this will be what you see on the back. Because I do like this. I think it'll be pretty. So we'll go this way. So what I have is these are all the offcuts of sheets like this. You know, it has that and then it has that. And some are, I was trying to find one that was, some of them have, like, see, these were some Christmas ones. And they tell what it was on this side, but the other side is just colored like this. So that's, I have all of these that have come from papers. Now, see, this has two pretty sides, and I would probably use the pinker side. It did get folded, but that's okay. So I don't know how many you need. You know, I just have a bunch here. And I mean, look at that one. That's gorgeous. You know, you probably need, I don't know, 18 or 20 to go horizontally, and then you need the same amount to go vertically. Now, you don't have to use a huge 12 by 12 paper like this if you don't want to. This is just what I decide to use because I can get, you know, the most tags out of it. Like I can get a bunch of these and some smaller ones. These are the ones I used the most, and this is, I think this is my last one, so this is good we're doing this. Okay, now, if you don't have offcuts, you can always make some of your own. Again, I have taken a couple sheets of paper that I didn't really care for that much, and I have just cut them into 1/2 inch strips. I just went with 1/2 inch because that's what those were that I had. So I have 2 sheets together, and I'm going to open this back up. And I'm just going to cut 1/2 inch pieces. So I'm going to go down to 7.5. Nope, we're going to go down to 7. And I'm just going to cut pieces. You know, it's really, you know how to do this. This is not anything that you can't do. So I'll just show you a couple. Just 1/2 inch pieces, okay? So that's all I'm doing with that. Put that away. I had trouble getting this, again, with the 12 by 12 paper. It's hard to get it in, but you'll be able to see most of what I'm going to do. So I'm hoping I remember how to do this. So I'm just going to lay these out. And if I remember correctly, we're just going to put little dabs of glue. And I am going to use my art glitter glue only because it will stay down. And what we're going to do, now I remember, you just do a little at the top and a little at the bottom. And you really don't have to do every one. But you need to leave it so that you can, you know, you need to be able to get underneath to weave. So you're only going to want to do the top and the bottom with the glue. And you do want them pretty close together. Whoops, that guy didn't want to stay down because he is a tad bit shorter than 12. Okay. I haven't done this in a while, so. Okay, why aren't you sticking down? The glue dried already up here? I thought I put a little you're just gonna keep going like this, getting them right, you know, pretty close together. You do need them to stick though, because you're gonna be, you know, as you go, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna weave like this, okay? So, let me get some more on here. I hope everybody's having a great day, getting some crafting in. Today is Saturday for me. It won't be Saturday for you, it might be Sunday probably. I'll probably upload this video tomorrow. And you want to try to stay straight up and down, because if you start going crooked, you know, you're gonna have an issue. And I don't mind having, like, this is green, and well, that is a pretty color. I'm gonna do it that side. I was gonna say, I don't mind doing it on the side of, sometimes on this side, because it sometimes is very pretty. I feel like I'm getting crooked already, but maybe not too bad. Let me put one of these in here. Because I'm going to use this, probably these tags in a journal that I make with my new paper from Lots of Bubbles for Me. Rachel, yes, right? Yes, her name is Rachel, right? Renee, I knew it was an R. So I wanted to have pinks, but again, I want to, you know, have a mixture of colors. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, ooh, that's pretty. You know, you want to do some contrast just to, okay, this guy is trouble. Trouble. Does not want to stick down. Causing me trouble. Dude, stick. Okay. And that one, get over. It's not over far enough. Okay. All right, there we go. I guess I can't put down, I tried to put down enough glue so I could do a couple. That one is, it's got a little space, but that's okay, because you're going to have the other pieces going the other way. I think my problem is sometimes they're not as long, but maybe my glue is drying a little fast. Maybe I could use, maybe I'll try my other glue, my tacky glue. That stays wet a little longer, but that might be what I need, so I can just do a little more. Trying to go quickly for you. Okay, let's see what else. What else have we got here? Green one, maybe? Yeah, green right here. I'll do one of these. Come on, come here. See, the Alene stays wetter a little longer. It makes it a little bit easier to put down a line. Oh, my fingers are getting sticky now, though. I don't really want that. Oh, so is everybody well? I might have said that. Did I say that right? I don't know. I hope so. I really hope people are staying well. It's hard. I was FaceTiming with my youngest daughter this morning, and her little girl, my first granddaughter, Miss Ayla, and she was like, "Mom, I don't know how you're doing it, because I live, you know, I'm over here. I live by myself, so I'm kind of all alone every day. I don't see people. I don't talk to anybody, and even when I've been to the store in over a week now." So, but I'm like, well, I'm becoming a hermit, evidently. Oh dear, yeah. It's not as hard as people might think for me. because now see, I really like that color. I like that too, but see how I like that there. So some of that will show, and not all of the other, you know, the skew and all that won't show. Let's see what else we have. A lot of these were from, oh gosh, I think a Christmas journal from 2 years ago. So I've been saving these up for a while. And let's see. Here's a nice dark green. But I don't think I want that one yet. Oh, here's a pretty, now this is just a little piece. We might be able to use that one. We might be able to use that one. We'll see. But no, you know what, we won't. I'll have to make a smaller page of them. So this is going actually pretty quickly, I feel like. This one got really squiggled up. I guess I could have ironed it, but I might have to hold it just a little bit longer. Yeah, I think the Aleene's is a better way to go for this, or just Elmer's, or whatever you know, whatever you have. It's just, it doesn't dry as quickly as the art glitter glue. I mean, you know, sometimes you want a nice fast dryer, but oops. I am getting a little crooked. Yeah, I am a little crooked, but we'll straighten that up as we go along here. We can, I think I'm gonna have to go mow my lawn today. It's kind of crazy, but it's getting long-ish. It's just the side, just, you know, one side, and it's, oh, come on, stick down there. That's the side lawn that does grow. It does grow because my neighbor's septic tank is on there, on my side. It's just the way, we need more pink. Ooh, here's a pretty one. When the houses here, my house and my neighbor's house, belong to two families, the Carlsons and the Londons, and they had a well drilling business together, and they were related because let's see, the daughter of the Carlsons married the son of the Londons, and actually their son, who was passed away, was a good friend of mine. And so anyway, so that's why our septics are their septic is on my property. So that's, anyway, long story short, that's why the grass grows. Or a long story long. Okay, so we've got these all down, I think pretty good. I'm gonna just make sure everybody's pretty well glued. All right, then we're gonna go the other way, and this is a bit of a trickier way to go, because you do have to, I'm gonna move this up a little bit. So I'm gonna go under the first one and over the next one. I'm sure you guys know how to weave. Basic kindergarten skill, or maybe first grade. A little hard for kindergartners, maybe toward the end of the year. So see how that's gonna go like that. And you'll be cutting off some of it, but as you go, you will glue this piece down. Someone beeping at my neighbor. She's probably out there working in her gardens. I know, Emma. That disturbed your nap, didn't it? Oh, dear. And we'll adjust this as we go along. We'll adjust and make sure it comes all the way down to the bottom. But you see now why you want to glue. Oops, that little piece came right off there. It's because I'm rushing it and I didn't let it dry enough. This piece is hanging off a little, this very end piece over here, but that's gonna just be trimmed up anyway. Get under there. Okay, so that's one piece, and I'm just gonna slide this down, and I am gonna put some glue across in different places, because you're going to, you don't want to, whoops, see what I did here? Oh, I did it here too. You have to check, because sometimes you, I don't know, maybe you won't, but I do. And sometimes I leave it. If I go back and find it way after, you know, I don't go back and pull it out and change it, but. Oh dear, Miss Emma. Now I pulled it out here. I mean, it's fiddly. It definitely is fiddly as my, okay. I'm gonna start over here because I found another spot. All right. I had found another spot. I thought I had done really well, but I guess not. Got chatting and didn't do so well. Okay. I heard from my folks that got their custom orders, and they said they were happy, and that makes me very happy, that they loved them. That's the goal, to have happy people. Okay, now you gotta go under this one. All right, how are we doing? I think we're doing okay this time. I'm gonna go under this one. So it is a little fiddly. I won't make you watch me do all of this. I will, there, go and come back there. Now we're good. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little glue in a couple places, to just hold this down, like right on the end, probably. So this second part, you know, takes a little longer. You wanna have it. You want it to slide down, so that it's right down towards the bottom. And that's pretty good. You'll be trimming it and cutting it, and so because you don't know where you're gonna cut it, after you cut it, you know, after you cut it like this, then you're gonna have to go back and, you know, glue down your ends and such like that. We'll do one more and then I will stop. So this time you're gonna go under the first one and over the second one. So that's how we're gonna get our weave. And it's, as I said, it is fiddly, because you really do have to pick up to go along. And just keep checking to make sure you're only, you know, going over and under one. Do as I say, not as I do. And then see, as you go along, you're going to see parts of them. Now, unfortunately, I mean, I don't mind seeing this, but unfortunately, both of those I went under, just because that's how the weave came up. And mostly I'm just pushing from the end of my piece. So that one went a lot better. That one went a lot quicker, I must say. So just a little glue here and there, just so it stays down and doesn't pop around on you. You slide it all the way down, you know, and I'm gonna just put a little glue right there on that piece. I know that piece is popping off again, isn't it? There. So that's how it's going. Here, let's see. What else do we want to do here? How about this? Well, we had a green. Let's do just a pretty much plain pink. Now this paper, the paper that I cut, is not as thick as, sorry, I just have to stop because I was going the wrong way. It's not as thick as what came off the paper pads, but that's okay. It seems to be working okay. It might become so that I can't do it as well. But see, this is going much faster now. Once you get the first couple in, then it kind of knows what you're doing, the paper. Your paper says, okay, now we get it. Now we get it. These are going to be super pretty tags. Okay, pull him through, and then we're just going to gently slide it down so it's pretty tight. And then we're going to pop some glue, especially on your ends. I'll do a couple more just because I want to talk to you while I'm doing this. I don't want to just be like, this is super pretty. It's thinner, and this is like not heavy paper at all, but I would really like to use it. Let's see if we can. Under there we go. It's going to be a bit trickier because it's not as stiff paper. Come on, there you go. Okay, under and over, and under and over. It's not so bad. Cooper, he's snoring. I was like, what is that noise? It's his little snores. Aww. He's starting to get better, I think, about the biting. We had talked about that the other day. He seems to be able to get up in my lap now without chowing on my hand. Okay, let's do the edges. So that worked out good. That's a very pretty piece. Let's stick this guy down here. And under here, we'll stick this guy down. And over here, let's stick that down. Okay. Slide that down a little bit. Make sure it's pretty tight. Okay, that's looking great. See how different it is? Different colors. I had lots of purples with this. That's pretty. We're going to save that for a minute. Let's do, oh, that's a short one too. Oh, let's do maybe this guy. Okay. Oh, I was going to say, what's that one doing? So we're going to go over and under. Okay. It is, you know, it takes a bit of time to do this. You have to be patient. It's not going to be quick, but it's fairly mindless, you know. So you could watch another video or listen to a video while you're doing this. You kind of have to watch what you're doing, but you could listen to something. Sometimes I listen to an audio book while I'm crafting. Okay, this guy is being really ornery. He will not. He does not want to be stuck down there. Just making sure. And so this was a little short, actually. Let's pull it back a tiny bit there. Okay, very good. And now let's put this green one in. So it'll just be fun, you know. I was thinking like at Christmas time you could do, and I did do some of these, you know, red and green and white, or just red and green, or you kind of need a few colors though. So different shades maybe of green and red would work better. I remember it had like places where it would be like a lot of red or a lot of green, just because of the way you do it. It's because of the weave. do glue as you go because it makes it much easier to not, you know, things don't move around. And I am gluing like these pages to the white, to the underneath and to the top part. So they are glued down. Pretty. These are going to be pretty. Okay, what else did I have? Let's use this one next. Oh, that one is so pretty right there. I don't know what that came from. You know, the heavier the weight of the paper, the easier it is, really. Because see, this is a nice heavy one, and so it's, you know, one of those good papers. The expensive, not expensive, but the more, the less economical. I don't know, how do you say it? The ones that are just heavier. We'll just go with that. Okay, down and down. Okay, and I just keep making sure I'm, whoa, here is a bright pink one. That'll be fun. That'll be the same kind of color as this one. So that'll give us, ooh, look how easy that one's going. Just let me make sure it's for real. Whoa, look at that. See, that paper's learning. Am I right? No, I messed up somewhere. Right there. See, all the way over here it messed up. That wasn't as, yeah, it wasn't as easy as I thought. Because the ones that it need to go under aren't sticking up. But it's starting to be easy. And I bet you guys are saying, no, it's not as easy as you think, Jackie. It's just not, it's not going the right way. I haven't checked in a while for, have I messed any one up yet? Okay, that's good. So I put a little bit under here and a little bit there so that it's, there we go. I'm gonna leave that laying down, maybe it'll be easier for me. Okay, let's see, we better do something a little bit, that's a shorter one too. Let's do some, do I want to try to do just a piece of, I don't know, is this long enough? No, that's not. That was just a piece of coffee dyed paper. Thank you. Phew, finally got that up. Now you can put wide ones in. Let's see what this looks like. I'm not sure it's going to stay there. Is it long enough? Yep. You know, I'm not sure it's going to stay here, but we'll see. We'll see. It might. And I guess you certainly could try doing this with a wider strip all the way through. I don't know. I guess you could. I don't really see why you couldn't. This is the one that gave us trouble sticking before. What is the story? That just does not want to stick down. Okay, I guess we'll leave it. I don't know. That's that one we can't use, that's two. All right, this will go nicely right here. So we might be a little more than halfway done. I know I said I was going to shut it off. I lied to you guys because I just want to. Okay, and it still is popping off of there. I'm going to have to like staple it. Okay. super nice. You probably could wait and do a couple of these at a time. I don't know. You know, as far as gluing. That's what I was thinking about, actually. Okay. Let's see, that's something else. I think we're going to do this one. Well, my daughter was giving me the heads up that Ayla was not being a very good listener lately. She's just turned 3, and she told her she was going to send her to Grammy's for the rest of the quarantine. I said, okay, send her over. I'll have somebody here with me. I will be teaching her the crafting situation. Yeah, it's hard. She's an only child. My daughter said, I'm never gonna have another baby. I don't know exactly what that meant. If that meant because of being in quarantine or because of the way Ayla was acting. My girls are getting, not that they're old, but they're in their early 30s. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. They are. I don't believe I'm much older than that, so it's hard. It's hard to say. I hope I have a couple more grandchildren. I would like a couple more. I love them so much. They're so much fun. It's the best thing. Better than, well, I loved being a mom. Well, I am a mom, but I mean, you know, being a mom with little children. I did love that. But it is different being the grandma, because, you know, you really don't have to. The next phase for me as a grandma will be when they come, you know, and spend the night with me or spend a couple days and we get to bake and craft and just play games and do all the things. My other littles that I took care of, something went wrong somewhere here. Didn't it? I shouldn't, maybe not. I guess I'm okay. We had just started. They were just getting old enough to start to play games like Candyland and Hi-Ho Cheerio and a couple games, which is fun. I like to play games. And so that was fun. And this business all happened and wrecked our game playing. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's see. What else? Do we have anything different in here? Maybe we'll use one of these now. Yeah, so that will be the next phase. And they're all doing baking at home too with their moms and dads, and that's super. It's something I really, kids need to do that. Kids need to know how to do a lot of things at home. You know, just regular, this one is not working and I'm not gonna fuss with it. This will be interesting, different color to put in there. You know, kids need to learn how to do their laundry and just I don't know, stuff like what you need to do to keep your house clean, what kinds of things you should be cleaning on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and how to change a tire and how to check your oil in your car, and you know, all those things that I hope will come back soon to teach kids in school. I mean, there's no home ec, there's none of that stuff is missing, and it's something that we need. You need to know how to bake bread, and you need to know how to do all that stuff. Take care of your vehicle. And speaking of taking care of your vehicle, my vehicle, its light is on and it says it needs some help and needs to get treated. And I also need an inspection sticker. Don't tell anybody. So, whoops, it's nice here today. I think it's supposed to get up in the 60s, and I hear my heat running. What? I turned it down. What's up with that? We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. All right, I may stop and finish this off and then come back when it's really, dry and ready to do some other work on, okay? Because I think you know what we're doing now, so I think it's okay. I do see where maybe some of these, can you see these little holes in here? That's the white showing through where the vertical pieces weren't so close together. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll come back and we'll work on this. I'll have it all put together and glued and everything, so it'll be ready to cut. Okay? All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.